Good people, welcome back into the channel. We are continuing in our team mock draft series. Listen, we only have 2 more episodes to go, this being one of them. This is episode 31 in that series. We are headed to the defending champs, Kansas City Chiefs. We're going to be making selections in this mock draft for them. So let's not waste any time. Let's dive right in to this mock draft. All right, so we want to select the Kansas City Chiefs, picking 31. We want all 7 rounds. You know what? Because of this high-powered offense, maybe we'll leave it on turbo today. See how that works. So we'll keep everything on default. I normally don't do that, but today we are going to do that. Let's see. We have for us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 selections in the 2023 NFL Draft. Started with the last pick in the first round, pick 31. They're not 32 this year because, as you'll see, the Dolphins at pick 21 had that pick forfeited. So let us start the draft and get right in. Okay, boom. Here we are. Wide receiver, defensive line are the 2 big needs listed on the offensive side of the ball. Couldn't agree more. I mean, yeah, sure. We have MVS, Kadarius Toney, Sky Moore, but maybe we're looking for somebody who's going to really fit into that number 1 wide receiver slot. On the defensive side, looking pretty solid. Maybe want to look towards adding another linebacker, maybe another defensive end opposite George Karlaftis. Yes, we brought in Charles Omenihu from my 49ers, but we may be looking to upgrade that position as well. So let's take a look at wide receiver here. I don't think you can go wrong with Josh Downs. I really also don't think you can go wrong with Jalen Hyatt here at 31. Obviously, according to PFF, both of those would be reaches here at this 31 overall pick. But just knowing how high-powered this offense is, I don't see either of those picks really being reaches. And then, like, looking at who else is available, maybe you can go corner. Outside of Trent McDuffie and L'Jarius Sneed, Joshua Williams, Jalen Watson. I mean, Deonte Banks is still on the board. This team has the luxury of going best player available. Let's go Deonte Banks. Why not? I don't think that's a hard pick for them to make at all. Wide receiver, defensive line, still our needs here at 63. Let's take a look at some of those defensive linemen. Let's look at the interior. We got Kobe Turner, Siaki Ika, Moro Ajomo, Zach Pickens, and Jervon Dexter Sr. as our top 5. Let's take a look at edge because that's more of where we're looking at a need. I mean, Thule, 6'3", 266, 3-4 defensive end, 3 technique. I think. See, here's the weight disparity. Why did they say he's 6'3", 266, but this says at 6'4", 290? Hold on, y'all. Let me take a look. Because if he's really 6'4", 290, then that kind of changes things for me. That kind of changes things for me. But they have him listed at the combine. Combine has him at 6'3", 266. USC's website has him at 6'4", 290. So somebody lying. I feel like at the combine he weighed in at 6'3", 260. Again, I mean, BPA, if you look at some of the other edges, maybe you can go Nick Herbig. For me, Nick Herbig is more of a traditional edge in a 3-4 than Thule is. I feel like you could put Thule at defensive end. on this Chiefs team, and he'd be all right. Derek Hall would be another solid option here. 6'3", 254. The get off, that first step quickness. Auburn Tiger. Kind of would remind them a lot of a D Ford. Kind of would remind them a lot of a D Ford. Auburn Tiger, quick first step get off. D Ford could never really just get it together. He had that one really good year. And then they traded him to the 49ers. 49ers gave him the bag. Unfortunate for us because he could never stay healthy. And that's why the Chiefs moved on from him. I like it. Maybe they get this Auburn edge rusher right. Let's go Derek Hall at 63. Back on the clock at 95. We got our corner. We got our defensive lineman. We got our edge rusher. Now let's take a look at wide receiver. Ooh. A.T. Perry, Wake Forest. No further questions needed. And then back on the clock here at 122. Danny Shelton, Chris Jones, Derek Nandi. I think we could use a little bit more rotation on the interior. But I also think we can use help in that linebacker core. Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, Drew Tranquil, Leo Chenal. I mean, we got 4 guys. I mean, wouldn't hurt to have a 5th. Wouldn't hurt to have another edge rusher, too, in that rotation. I like KJ Henry. I like Dorian Williams. That's my son in the background. He think he nice at basketball just because he play on an AAU team. And so now he watching the Lakers game and think he telling NBA players to go up. This guy. I feel like we need more help on the interior behind Shelton and Chris Jones. Let's go Moro Ojomo from Texas. I like Dorian Williams and KJ Henry. I really do. But I think we need more help on that interior. Especially to spell those guys. And then now if we wanted to go linebacker, we still could with Ivan Pace Jr. from Cincinnati. I went corner earlier, but I like Eli Ricks. Yeah, I'm not going to go corner again. Let's see who else is lingering around here. I mean, we could look at safety. We got Justin Reed. We brought Mike Edwards over from Tampa. Anthony Johnson Jr. still being on the board. Is a solid pick here at 134. We got our wide receiver in A.T. Perry. Do we want to look to add another wide receiver now? I think we're going to figure something out. Amir Smith-Marset, Justin Ross, John Ross, Richie J. Yeah, I think one receiver is enough. Just to let them guys know, like, hey, we got competition in the room. We got Moro Ojomo. Kobe Turner is still here. We wanted to look at defensive tackle. Because Ojomo can give us inside-outside versatility. I feel like he can play a little bit of in with his athleticism. And then we just continue to add depth on that interior. Now we're 4, maybe 5 deep. If you consider Derek Nandi as a contributing defensive tackle in this scheme. A little undersized at 6'1", 317, but that's always an option. Could go running back. You know, we got Isaiah Pacheco, Clyde Edwards-Helaire up and down with the injuries. LaMichael Piron. Chase Brown is on the board here. I feel like that would be a good pick, a good fit for this offense. I'm gonna go linebacker. I'll go Ivan Pace. And the safety still on the board, so let's go Anthony Johnson Jr. And I talked about running back, and he's still here. Let's go Keaton Mitchell. Speed guy, just like Isaiah Pacheco. I think we did a lot of good here. 217, if we want to get more edge help. To me, Lonnie's more of a outside linebacker and a 3-4 at 6'2", 244. Little light, little undersized for what we want to do here in Kansas City. So at this point, I do want to take a look at, we're at pick 217 in round 6. Want to take a look at, now he's undersized as well, Jose Ramirez at 6'2", 242. But I feel like he's going to be more of a hand in the dirt defensive end. A little small, a little undersized, but Kansas City Chiefs fans should be familiar with small, undersized edge rushers because they had to face one for a few years in Elvis Dumervil with the Broncos. He definitely stood up, but he also had some moments where he was in a 3-point stance. So I could definitely see them taking a look at Ramirez here. But just looking at the size of who they have now, I don't think he fits what they want to do schematically. I do feel like we need to find a second tight end behind Travis. And all my guys are gone. Wow, okay. Only one I would look at on this list is Braden Willis. Okay. Good to see PFF updating this because all of the really good tight ends are gone. And usually a lot of those guys have still been here. Your Zach Coons have still been here. Will Mallory from Miami have still been here. So it's good to see that the tight ends in this class are getting a lot of love. I'm a big fan of O'Shawn Mathis from Nebraska, but he's more of a 3-4 outside linebacker. So don't want to look at him here. Let's take a look at some of the other edges in this class. Anybody else at this point would be a reach except for Robert Beal. Now, I do feel like he may stand up at 6'4", 247. But I feel like this is a guy that the Chiefs would look at as far as that speed rusher off the edge. I know we got one earlier with the Auburn end, but I feel like another project end that just brings speed off the edge. The Chiefs could look at Robert Beal here. So I'm gonna go. I like him. And then we got 2 back-to-back picks at 249 and 250, and that's gonna close out the draft. Got a lot of wide receivers, so while I would love to add Grant DeBose here, I don't think I'm going to do that. Again, undersized defensive tackle, Jonah Tavai, not really. You could look at Jacob Slade, 6'4", 315. That's a little bit more like what they want from that interior. So I'm going to go Jacob Slade here at 249. Add to that interior. I think a lot of what this team is going to do is going to be on the defensive side of the ball. because they really don't need much anywhere else. Now, again, you can still go Grant DeBose. I like that if you want another big body wide receiver. Justin Shorter from Florida is a good pick at this part of the draft. We got our corner earlier. Let's take receiver off of here. Maybe Cameron Brown from Ohio State if you wanted to continue to add depth to that class or to that position group, rather. Linemen were good. I mean, we could look at maybe adding some depth, but we have our starters, we have our backups. I think we're in a really good position there. Do we want to look at adding another linebacker? Mikael Jones from Syracuse, really good option here at 250. I'm actually a big fan of Jeremy Banks as well. Jalen Graham from Purdue is still here. Anthony Orji is still here. Bumper Pool is still here. What is going on? It's a lot of talent. 6'2", 220. I think Banks is a little small. I mean, height-wise, 6'1", but 232. I love the athleticism of Anthony Orji. All these guys are on the same thing. 6'1", 6'2". Bumper Pool. Absolute thumper. But looking at who they have with Willie Gay, Nick Bolton, I'm going to go Jalen Graham from Purdue. What we got? A-. Cool with it. All right, let's recap. So first round, pick 31, we get corner Deonte Banks from Maryland. Second round, pick 63, we get edge rusher Derek Hall from Auburn. Third round, pick 95, we get A.T. Perry, wide receiver from Wake Forest. Round 4, 122, we get defensive lineman Moro Ojomo from Texas. At 134 in the same round, we get linebacker Ivan Pace Jr. Round 5, 166, we get Anthony Johnson Jr. from Iowa State, safety. Round 6, 178, we get running back Keaton Mitchell from East Carolina. Round 6, 217, we get edge rusher Robert Beal Jr. from Georgia. We get another defensive interior lineman in round 7, pick 249, and Jacob Slade from Michigan State. And then in round 7, last pick of the draft, 250 for the Chiefs, we get a linebacker Jalen Graham from Purdue. Chiefs Kingdom, Chiefs Nation, tap in the comment sections. Let me know what you feel about this particular draft. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. If there's anything that you would do differently, sound off in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. I would greatly appreciate to hear your ideas around your Kansas City Chiefs. If you are new to Mo's Knows, I appreciate your time and attention. Just checking out this video and just seeing what the content is all about. If this is something that you enjoy, take a few seconds, hit that subscribe button, become a part of the Mo's Knows fam. Listen, once I love you, there's nothing you can do about it. Then take another 2 seconds and hit that bell icon so that you get notified every time new content drops right here at Mo's Knows. Listen, the draft is only 3 days away. We are almost there. Love and appreciate you. Catch you guys next episode. Peace.